Hey guys, Gabe here. I just finished doing some readings for you guys, and I thought, well, I'm gonna do a reading for myself. And I was like, well, I'm just gonna turn on the camera and talk to you guys a little bit about what I've been going through in my journey and where I'm at with tea and everything. This can be a Transcending with Gabe, and it'll just be a little more woo-woo edition of Transcending with Gabe. So, like I said, I've been on testosterone now for 5 months, and it's been a journey because I think in my last video I told you guys, I'm shuffling cards by the way, I've been on tea for 5 months now, and you know, it's been quite the journey. In my last video I mentioned that I had to go in a lower dose because my testosterone levels were actually too high. And I started having like headaches and not feeling so good. And it was just like, I was like, what is wrong with me? Like, I would literally just like, I have to drink water. I didn't plan to, I just like turned on the camera. You know, I wasn't quite sure like what was wrong with me at first. Like, cause everything kind of, I was like in upheaval, like things were going crazy in my union, and you know, I was just like moving through a lot. And then on top of that, I had like my testosterone levels were like off the charts. And I was just like, what? I felt like I was dying. And so you know, I went to the doctor, and like I've had to work through like some hypochondriac type things. I was like, I'm dying. My head's gonna explode. And, you know, like they did an eye exam, and they were like, it's 2020, you're fine, you know, and it's just my testosterone levels were too high. Everything was good. I'm like, fine. And then they put me down on a lower dose. And since then, like, I felt really good. It's been like very easy to like take testosterone, and, you know, I'm seeing results. You know, my voice is getting deeper. I wake up, like, it's funny because like I'm doing this video, it's like late for me. It's kind of like, I think 9 or so p.m. in the afternoon, in the evening. And, you know, I wake up in the morning, and I swear to you, I have like this like deep low voice. I'm like, oh, I'm like singing in the shower, and I'm like, oh, this is my voice now, yeah, fuck. And then like an hour later, you know, I'm kind of right here, you know, it's like, I'm like, ah, no, and it's just, it's all over the place. You know, of course, like that's puberty, right? Like everyone jokes about like the boys, like, you know, their voices like crack and everything. And mine doesn't crack as like crazy as I remember like guys in like high school, middle school and high school. But I definitely notice a change from like the time I wake up in the morning when my voice is like relaxed to after I've been talking all day, either through videos or talking to people on like Zoom calls and shit. You know, I notice like my voice changes quite a bit. You know, as far as like inner work, I've been doing a lot of healing around masculinity. I realized that I had like basically this backlog of like things I hadn't really addressed, and things that I was like trying to like bury about my transition, like feeling this shame come up around you know, not being aware of myself for so long. And it's like I can look back now and say like, oh, here were the signs. But there was an area of my life of like, oh, well, why didn't you know? And like this kept being reflected to me, and I just like couldn't see like where I was pushing so hard until now. And I just had to like continually like peel back those layers, because, you know, on a mental level, I look at it and I'm like, yeah, like I'm definitely a man. I don't understand women. Like I went like 30 years of my life like thinking that I was like, you know, being socialized as a woman, thinking I was a woman, having like semi good relationships with women. I was never like besties with anybody. Like that could have been my #1 clue, but no, I thought I was just like antisocial. Like even like my besties that were like friends that were girls, like we weren't besties on like the like stereotypical like girlfriend like relationships. It felt more like sometimes it felt like I was more like one of the bros, and it's very possible that a lot of my female friends were like similar to me, like a divine masculine energy in like women's bodies. Like I'm not counting that out. But regardless of if they were or not, you know, I just never like really connected with people on that level. And the men, sorry guys, I hope that didn't like, my phone like is low battery, but, any like men that I like pursued, I went back and I was like, oh, like they're more feminine. And I think I said this in my last video, and I kept like going back and I was like, I can see this all mentally, like all this is very clear to me now. But emotionally, I'm still like catching up to this like life this illusion that I had held on to, and this denial that I've been in for, you know, a lot of my life. And like when I started to realize it, you know, like I said in previous videos, like I was so triggered that I was just like, I didn't allow myself to look at it. I was just like, oh, like I could get as far as like bi, possibly lesbian, and then I would like stop because like the idea of like being trans just like triggered me, because I was like, my life is gonna be so hard. And you know, I'm just like healing through layers of that, because like that is something that, you know, like people worry about in society is, you know, it's still like difficult to be trans. Like Elliot Page came out and like he's a Hollywood actor, and you know, he still gets shit for like just being himself, and like clearly he was a masculine the whole time. Like even when he was in Juno, like he still just had that, you can't change who you are fundamentally. He's a man, so he's always been a man. You know, even if he presents as a woman, that's okay. Like, and it took him, you know, this long to like figure that out and feel comfortable coming out. That's great. Like, congratulations to him. And of course, like everybody else wants to have a say in it. Like, but like, it's his life, you know, in the same way, it's like my life. It's my, like, it's who I am. And like, nobody else gets to say that. No one else gets to look at me and say, I know you're feminine. Well, fuck you. Like, I could look at you and say you're a dumbass. Maybe that's true. Maybe that's not. Like, you know, like I don't get a say in like who you are. You're a divine child of God. You're perfect. Like, you don't get to change that from your like perspective, or you're from like your upset. So, you know, like it's just like, okay, like you're upset. You're going to call me a name. You're going to tell me what I am. When it's like, it's like, I am who I am who God created me to be. And I feel more free, like, as I'm like going through and like emotionally catching up to where I am on like that mental, like, okay, this is what I know is true, versus like, this is what my heart is like catching up to, or my emotions, really. Like my heart knows, and it's just like all of I still have to feel my feelings about it. You can't skip steps. I say this in some of my other videos, but you can't skip steps on your like twin flame journey, on your ascension journey, on any type of like spiritual journey. You cannot skip steps. You have to feel all your feelings about it, because if you don't, like, it's just going to catch up with you, or you're going to be like stagnant, you know, or you're going to experience complications. You know, you hear people who like go through surgeries and to like, to, you know, become the man that they want to be on the outside, or they feel like a man on the inside. They want to become a man on the outside, so they focus on the outer, and like I was guilty of this. Like I fell into that like thing of like, if I just get to looking the way I want, then I'll feel like that, and it was just like this subtle like misaligned thought in my brain of like, okay, if I just plow forward, I'll be fine. And that's not it. Like, you literally have to feel your feelings, or you're going to manifest problems along the way. And so, you know, that's probably why my, you know, I don't know if that was why my testosterone levels were too high, and I was manifesting these like places where I had to slow down. but it was really good. It was like an eye-opening experience of saying, oh, okay, like this is where like a part of me was just trying to rush myself, and I don't have to do that. Because ultimately, you know, if you are a masculine essence, you're in a masculine body. Doesn't matter. You know, this is something my coach said to me today, and it's like, I said this to her like a year ago, you know, like, and it's just like, I knew this on a mental level and my emotions were still catching up. But it's just like, it doesn't matter what body you were born in, and it's safe to like transition to match like how you feel and what God created you to be. But if you're a masculine, no matter if you have a hoo-ha or you know, a ding-a-ling, like you are a man, and you are in a man's body. And if you want to transition to, you know, like a more aligned with like that perception and to feel better, that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. Like, I'm doing that myself. But if you're a man, you're a man. It doesn't matter like what body you have. If you're a woman, you're a woman. It doesn't matter what body you have. And you know, just embrace that, because I think that's something that I'm learning, is just like to embrace who I am in that. You know, just saying like, yeah, I'm a man now. I don't need to change anything. I'm doing it because I want to do that. I want to present in the way that I feel on the inside. And you know, it's just allowing myself to like be compassionate as I do that, and accept myself for where I am right now, knowing that like I already am in the perfect body for me, and I can just improve from there. I don't have to say like there's something wrong with me. It's like, I'm perfect and I'm going to go towards more perfection. I think that really helps as you like learn to accept yourself. And I'm going to pull some cards. Just I mentioned that at the beginning and I just started talking, but abundance. Yeah, this is something that I'm working on right now, is healing financial blocks, working on my abundance. God, like one of the things I feared most when I started this journey was like going into debt. Because like one of the first things like Jeff and Shalia talk about, like following God, is like God led us here. He also led us into massive credit card debt. And debt was one of the things that I like feared so much. And of course, like God is like leading me in that direction of like, let me show you that you're safe. And like, I know on like my emotional, like I know on some level that this is happening, and I'm like, all right, I have to trust God, you know. And so it's for me to, you know, heal my abundance and heal my relationship with debt, heal my relationship with like my money, my finances, my, you know, seeing God as my source instead of, you know, a job or anything outside of me. It's just knowing that God is my source. God is the one who pays me. God is my banker. And it's been a really big lesson for me to just trust that I'm going to be taken care of. And at every step, there's like, God has shown me, like, you can trust me here. There are ways for you to do these things. There are ways for you to support yourself. There are ways for you to do this. And like, God has like just kind of opened doors and shown me ways to do things. And I'm just like working through my blocks, either claiming it or, you know, like trusting in this space. And like, I've been peeling off layers, and it feels better and better every day. So it's like, I know that God's got me, and I know that I'm going to be like safe. And so this is a lesson for you guys too, if you're watching this, because like, you know, I'm pulling them for me, but if you're watching this, there's a message for you too, that God supports you when you support yourself. So it's safe to like, if you're considering coaching, if you're considering TFAS, LPC, this is like Twin Flame Ascension School Life Purpose class for those of you who are unacquainted with Twin Flames Universe. If you're considering, you know, investing in those things, know that it's safe to do so. God does support you when you support yourself. I've seen so many people, clients, my own twin flame, others who like, when they invested, like suddenly money miracles happened. You know, when they, you know, invested in themselves, like things like literally like the red carpet was rolled out for them financially to support them on this journey. And you just have to be open to how God is going to support you. If you lean on that, like, it's not going to happen for me, then it's not going to happen for you because you don't believe in it. But let's surrender, say like, I'm open to a miracle, God. I claim my abundance, you know, and it'll happen for you. God will show you the way. Next card. Cycles. Yes, I'm going through some healing cycles right now. And, you know, we all go through our healing cycle, and it's really important to be compassionate with yourself as you're going through these cycles, because I've seen people in the forum, and, you know, even myself included, like, there'll be like this block that you're like working on. It seems like you're working on it forever, or you even thought you healed it. Those are the ones that, like, sometimes it gets you. You're like, I thought I healed it. But Jeff and Shalia talk about this in their book, Twin Flames, Finding Your Ultimate Lover, that it's never appropriate to beat yourself up when a block arises, especially one that you think you've already healed. Because a lot of times blocks have layers, and a lot of times you're going to be tested after you've healed something. So it's like, if you have a block that comes up, you know, be compassionate with yourself. Like, this is a big lesson I'm having right now. And I always just like pull these cards up to the light as if you haven't seen them before. But be compassionate with yourself when you go through things, because, you know, like, you are a divine being. You've been around for a very long time, and like, you know, you've been around for a while. So like, these blocks you've probably accumulated over your lifetime, over several lifetimes, and that doesn't mean it's impossible to heal. It just means that it may take some time. It may take a few healing cycles. It may take years to heal a block that, you know, maybe you've been doing your whole life. Maybe this is something that, you know, is just a really, you know, strong pattern that you had. And you just have to be diligent in working through it, but have compassion with yourself. There's no need to like be like, why haven't I healed this yet? Be compassionate with yourself, love yourself there. And that's how you're going to move through it faster. It's like, you're not going to, if you're beating yourself, like, you're going to just have this, you're going to like basically slow your progress by like beating yourself and, you know, telling yourself like, you just have to heal. Like, no, like, your inner child is going to be like, why would I heal? You're going to like not have a great relationship with yourself. So be compassionate, choose to love yourself, and you know, just know that you're going deeper in your cycles as you continue to heal with the mirror exercise. And you know, I'm doing that too. We're all doing it. Focus. Yes, this is something that I'm getting clearer on too, is like deeper focus in my work and my life purpose stuff and my healing work and everything. And it's like about presence, and like really being like, when you're in something, you focus. And that's something I'm developing, because I tend to be like, I've had the pattern of being kind of like squirrel. Like, every time something comes up, I like switch tasks, and like that task doesn't get finished or something like that. And like sometimes I you know, it's like, oh shit, like I forgot the thing, like to, you know, I got distracted. And so it's like really learning to be disciplined in like focused on what you're doing, and learning how to prioritize. Like I've learned how to do this for other people, like in my like career, and like doing it for myself has always been like the biggest challenge. So like, this is like God being like, all right, focus on, you know, what you're doing, have like you know, have a focus and a purpose and a passion. Somebody has like a somebody has an X-Files ringtone, and it just went off, and I was like, what is happening? But yeah, that's a distraction. That's an example of like, stay focused. And you know, it's still something I'm learning, but it's okay. Like I've gotten a lot better, like, as I've like, you know, made myself a schedule, like, you know, set intention to be more focused, set intention to be more present. And I'm just like moving through that in my day-to-day, and like, just knowing I'm making like improvements every day, and, you know, appreciating myself for that, so that like I will have incentive to like keep that focus and keep moving forward. All right, I'm gonna pull up a few more cards and then I'm gonna wrap it up with you guys. Ra, power. Another thing I've been going into. I've been doing a lot of like solar plexus work, letting go of attachments in that area. Like I literally did a visualization earlier today where I was like taking an axe and like cutting away at these attachments that I've formed in my life to people and things, even my twin flame, because something I had like I had a massive like a shift today in my coaching session with my coach, and we were talking about how like, do you need a cord attached to your twin flame? And the thing is, like, you don't need, you and your twin flame are one. Like, you don't need a cord attached to them. You don't need an attachment to them because you're one. Like, the attachment doesn't serve you. The attachment just kind of takes away from your union because you have that codependency attachment. So I was literally like sitting there in this like heat energy, like healing, like visualization, just like hacking away at like attachments that I have to people and things. And I was just like, oh, okay, finally I can feel some relief here. Because I just been holding on to this like energy that just built up, and claiming my power and claiming my claiming myself on that deeper level, like claiming my masculinity in full, claiming my power in full, like really did wonders at like healing me in that space. Like I feel like I had a breakthrough today, so like that feels really good. And so I feel like this is kind of like a confirmation of that. One more card in the bottom of the deck. I like hanging out with you guys. This is like a 22-minute video of me just talking about myself. That's okay. Hope you guys enjoy this. And if you made it this far, hello. You're a cool person. I don't know who you are, but you're awesome. Odin, guidance. Yeah, this is following guidance from God. Another thing I've been working through is getting in touch with my intuition. And I have like had like all kinds of weird sensations right here over the past like month or two. And it's like I've been working on my own like third eye meditations and like visualizations to like open my third eye and like really get in touch with my intuition and following my guidance. And like I'm working through that like level of confusion, and to like really trust that inner voice, because I've always been very indecisive. And I think it makes sense because I feel like it makes sense because you know, I was like in denial about who I was. I was trying to relate from, you know, a place that I wasn't. And people have always told me, like, you have good instincts, you have good intuition, but you doubt yourself, and that's why you can't do it. And so I'm like working through that, trusting my gut instinct, trusting my that inner voice, that like God-given guidance, and building that trust there. Yeah, it's been a process, but one of the things that I found has been holding me back has been this like fear of being wrong, and like, oh, I may take this step, and what if I was wrong, and like everybody's gonna laugh and blah blah blah, and like it's like, oh, that's an ego thought right there. And I just had to just be like, nope, okay, it's okay to take a risk, it's okay to be wrong, it's okay. And it doesn't matter if somebody like laughs at you, or like you try to do something and you know, like maybe I make this video, maybe nobody watches this video, I post it, and like maybe there's one of you that's watching this right now and it's like, congratulations, you're the only one watching this, maybe. But it's okay, because like I just did it. I did the thing, I did it for me. And if you're watching, you know, like, I did it for you too, congratulations. But yeah, like it's okay to like be wrong, it's okay to have missteps, to have failures or whatever, because you learn from those experiences. And you know, it doesn't have, like, it really doesn't matter what people think. That's something that I'm like getting over. It's like, it doesn't matter what people think, just like do what feels good in your heart, and God will guide you from there. All right, Last card, bottom of the deck, renewal. Yeah, this is me like getting in touch with myself, like really getting to know myself, because like I've said in previous videos, my transition videos and stuff like that, and even like earlier in this, is like I've really been connecting with myself on a deeper level, my masculinity, and I feel like I'm kind of like coming into being like a new person, like kind of like a reinventing, renewal energy, like a transformation energy that's, you know, been showing up. And I just have to like, I'm just like sorting myself out as far as like who I am, what I like, you know, renewing like that connection with myself, because the times that I was most connected with myself was when I was like in a masculine energy, when I was really like not trying to like cling to the illusion of my like femininity, but I was just like in myself, like being myself. And I'm renewing that feeling of connection with myself, and connecting with my higher self and letting go of the past. So it feels really good. It feels a little bit like a phoenix, or like that transformation energy, and it feels really good. It like it's been a lot to work through. I've had a lot like that has been moving through me, a lot of upsets, a lot of ups and downs. But overall, like I feel a lot more grounded, a lot more peaceful, and it's really a great energy to be in. So yeah, thank you guys so much for taking this journey with me. If you've made it this far, if you like this video, don't forget to like and subscribe for more. If you'd like to work with me, I am a Twin Flames Universe Certified Ascension Coach. You can find my services at sacredtwinflameunion.com, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.